What's up guys, it's your boy Crobe and here with another one. Alright, today we'll be looking at the components and packages that make up a Linux distribution. In my previous video I stated that distributions do not matter and it is only fair to give you an explanation to my affirmation. In my previous video again, I went in depth on what Linux is and so forth, but if you haven't watched it, I will place a link above. First, we need to define what an operating system is. An operating system is a system software that manages computer hardware, software resources, and provides common services for computer programs. Now, we get a variety of operating systems for computers, servers, and mobile devices, e.g. cell phones. Now, I'm not going to go over the different type of operating systems that we get, but today we'll be looking at one specific operating system that comprises of other operating systems, better known as distributions. Now trust me when I say that there are a lot of distributions out there, from the letter A to Z, Arch Linux to Zorin OS. Now what is a Linux distribution? A Linux distribution is an operating system made from a software collection that is based upon the Linux kernel and often a package management system. A typical Linux distribution comprises a Linux kernel, GNU tools, libraries, additional software, documentation, a Windows system, a window manager, and a desktop environment. It's also worth noting that most of the included software is free and open source software, made available both as compiled binaries and in source code form, allowing modifications to the original software. Now take note of the essential software that a distribution comprises. Now the first one on the list, we have the GNU tools and libraries. These are 1. Bash, the shell for GNU/Linux. For those coming from Windows, this is a command line or PowerShell. And for Mac users, this is a terminal. Now seconded by the core utils. This is the base commands, e.g. cat, chmod. You can check out the video I made about these. Number 3, we have the CPIO. This is the archiving program, e.g. arc, winrar for Windows users, etc. We have grep. This is a local search program which can be done or utilized in the terminal. We have grub. This is a unified bootloader. We have the herd. This is a microkernel based set of servers. We have the inet utils. This is for networking. In a nutshell, these are the programs that are necessary and required to run an operating system. Then seconded by additional software. Now these are what many consider as bloats because they are not necessary and are only used to entice the end user. So this might be maybe LibreOffice being pre-installed in your specific Linux distributions, so maybe Steam and so forth, so on. And then we have Windows system. Now for those who are wondering what a Windows system is, this is a software that manages separately different parts of display screens. It is a type of graphical user interface which implements the WIMP. This is the windows, icons, menus, and the pointer for your user interface. And then we go down to the window manager. Now when we talk of the window manager, this is a system software that controls the placement and appearance of windows within a windowing system in a graphical user interface. On Linux we have a number of these ranging from OpenBox, Gala, PicWM, and so forth, so on. You guys can go and check those out on FOSS and so forth, so on. And then we move on to another package or software that the operating system consists of, which is the desktop environment. Now this is an implementation of a desktop metaphor made of bundle of program running on top of the computer operating system that share common graphical user interface, or GUI in our Linux terms. Sometimes it can be described as a graphical shell. Now again, on Linux we have a number of these, ranging from GNOME, Cinnamon, Pantheon, XFCE, and we move on and on and on. And then we move to the last but not least, and then we have the package management system. Now, for those who are still wondering, a package management system is a collection of software tools that automate the process of installing, upgrading, configuring, and removing computer programs for computers operating system in a consistent manner. So in a nutshell, it deals with packages. Now again, we get a number of these for each Linux distribution. Now, for example, if you are on a Debian-based Linux distribution, you are bound to use dpkg as your package management system. And for those who are on Red Hat distributions, they are bound to use RPM packaging system. And then there are also other packaging systems such as Snap, Flatpak, and etc. Again, in conclusion, no matter what Linux distribution you are on, it will comprise this software depending on the base distribution, e.g. Debian, Arch, so forth, so on. Now, in addition, if you are using a distribution based on Debian, you are bound to utilize the dpkg packaging system, and those on Arch are bound to utilize the Pacman packaging system, which all goes down to how your packages are managed, as I explained above. Now, for those distributions to be considered a gaming distribution, because there are some distributions likes of Pop! OS, Manjaro, and amongst others, they are known to be gaming distributions, or they refer to as gaming distributions. These type of distributions are those distributions that comprise little or no bloats at all, meaning it basically comprises of only the necessary software for that the OS requires, hence less usage of the resources. So it's almost like you install Manjaro, you're not really bound to find a lot of bloat. The only bloat you'll find maybe is graphics managers and so forth. I mean, drivers managers, which is actually a very essential thing for gamers and so forth that are trying to manage their drivers and so forth, so on. So again, guys, it all draws back to the whole main point of me saying Linux distributions do not matter. So why I said that is because earlier in my our talk here, I defined what an operating system is, and the operating system here, Linux operating system, that is, or distributions, they consist of basically that 6 software programs that we spoke of. So we spoke of the GNU tools and library. These are the essentials. So like it or not, you will have them on your system because your system needs them to run, i.e. For example, the networking and so forth, so on. And then we have additional software, like I said, driver management, which is somehow required for those who have drivers and so forth. So again, additional software might also include LibreOffice being pre-installed into your operating system, Steam, and so forth, so on. And then thirdly, we have a Windows system, which we said that manages your display screens. Everything that's happening right now, it is all the window system. And then we have the window manager, which is basically just managing every single window. So we have a window here, we have this window here, so we have 4 windows here, and I'm on Elementary OS, and the default Elementary OS window manager is Gala. So again, the 5th one, we say that it OS has a desktop environment. Now this one right here, the desktop environment that I am using, as you can see right over here, it's Pantheon. So again, our software will need a desktop environment. Well, it will not really need it because there are some Linux distributions that don't really require a desktop environment. For example, those pure Arch Linux distributions and so forth. And then the last but not least is the package manager, so that you can run your packages. For example, if I were to say sudo apt, for example, update, so I know that my package manager is aptitude, because I'm using sudo apt. So for example, if you are on Manjaro, you would say sudo, is it pacman, pacman /s, and you say update, something like this if I'm not wrong. So you do something like this, but then again it all just goes back to which package manager you're using, so just bear that in mind as well. But then again, guys, this just proves to you guys that, well, Linux distributions do not really matter, as because you can, however, install another desktop environment to that specific distro, saying that you know how to do that. And there are a lot of tutorials that you can follow on the internet today. So if I wanted to, I can remove Pantheon and I can maybe install GNOME, but then it will not really work as good as it's working right now, even though I did try it. But then you don't really have that elementary touch, so why do it anyway? So then guys, that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for tuning in, and please do subscribe, like, and do put some comments in the description there, in the comments section there, and just tell me what you guys want me to do next. And another word is, I will be dropping another video today on just basically showing you around elementary OS and what you guys need to do, and if it is really necessary for you to actually customize your Linux distributions or not. When I'm talking about distributions, I'm talking about customizing the icons that we see here, the theme, maybe customizing the terminal layout and so forth, so on. So thank you guys again for tuning in. It's been your boy Crobe, and I really appreciate it for you guys who are watching. Please hit the subscribe button for you to get to keep up with these videos and never miss out. Peace out.